Good morning. This is Saturday. I think it's Saturday, you guys. I'm pretty sure because I'm here at my desk ready to craft. And I thought we would hang out while I do some of the crafting. Some of it I have to do off camera so that I have video content for you next week. I'm also thinking about going live next week. I kind of want to do a holiday hangout, but I'm not sure when. So, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. I don't usually plan lives if y'all been with me. Hey, Messy Missy. You know what? I was hoping you'd be on here this morning. I'm so glad you are. So, what I'm doing this morning is I just made this journal for myself this week. And I don't know, I did a couple of cool things that I haven't done before. For one, I love these button charms, and I just picked some of my favorites from my stash. Good morning, April. And what I did that's different is I put them on a paper clip so that I can remove it if I want to, which I think is really fun. I can clip it in to a page if I wanted. But yeah, I made this journal. I've never made one like this before. I used this fabric. Hey, Cordelia, and yes, Missy, I'm very happy you're here. I was actually thinking of you specifically and a few other people before I went live because this storm is rumbling. So we've had this crazy storm here since I think 4 o'clock this morning, and it just is nonstop thunder. And this year, if I were to sum up my 2021, it would be the perfect storm is how I would call this year. And so anyways, I know a lot of people have had a stormy year, and I was thinking, as I was boiling my eggs for breakfast, I was like, I want to go live because I know through talking to so many of you, you're away from your family for the holidays, you're recovering from surgery and illness. There's a lot of people who have had a storm this year. And so I just want to be here in community with you guys and hang out with you guys and do some crafting. Oh, Cordelia, I'm up late. So I usually get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I got up at 7, like 15 this morning. So see, I just clipped this right on the spine over here. Isn't that fun? Yeah, so I'm like really behind the ball, I feel like today, but that's okay because my body's rested. I've been sick the past couple of days. It's like I finally got time off of work. I was gonna lose 70 hours of vacation if I didn't take it. And so I'm finally taking some vacation for the first time this year. And my body just shut down on me. But I'm better now and having fun. So I made this the other night. I'm just going to do a real quick, just a little bit of a flip through, not a full flip through, because I have a video of how I made it. But yeah, I've never made a cover like this before. And I used this bookbinder's tape. I want a soft cover journal, and this is soft-ish, but actually it's pretty stiff. By the time I added all my layers, it's stiffened up quite a bit, but it's still not a hardback. So anyways, I was at Michael's with my kids. They were picking out crafts to make for Christmas gifts, and I bought one paper pad. Aren't y'all proud of me? And it was one with tigers because I love tigers, at least on paper. Even at the zoo, though, I get a little unnerved thinking, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine being like in an open field and seeing a tiger. I'd probably just kick right over. All right. While I was sick the other night, I participated by watching and chatting in a live. Hey, Camille, you slept in today too at 7? Me too. So, while I was not feeling great, this is all I managed to do for a whole day, but I still felt great about it. There is a junk journal YouTuber called Junie Desiree. She is Australian, and she did a holiday hangout, and it was like 5 hours long. It was like a marathon, but it was just so, it was a blessing on me. It was a blessing on me in my life, and I'm so grateful I got to be present. I was actually thankful that I was just resting and I could really enjoy it, because she, like, each hour she kind of changed up the hour and had a different theme for it, and it was just so much fun. So there was like a Q&A hour, there was a whole lot of sharing going on, there was live journal making, the chat was so sweet, just like you guys, just really sweet people. She talked about the word of the year. Our family's been picking a word of the year for a while. There was a prompt. So she does a prompt because her lives are so long. She runs a sell in her Etsy shop, and she does a journaling prompt. And the journaling prompt was personal principles. So I just painted this up real quick with my gouache. I felt like these were just quintessentially my personal principles. And yeah, and then you just can post them on her Facebook group, and it was really, really cool. That day, I actually did get some wrapping done with my husband, so we wrapped all of our Christmas gifts, and this is just a page that I painted. It is, my screen is frozen on YouTube. I hope you guys can see me and it's not frozen for y'all. Y'all let me know. It looks like the chat is even, it's the storm outside, I'm sure. Let me know. It's buffering. Hopefully we're all still here. Let's see. I might have to, like, everything looks good over here on my screen, but then I have it open on my iPad and it's not looking right. That's what happens when we go live during a storm. Let's see. It's not frozen here. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, because even my chat is frozen on my screen. I will jump out of there and come back in, maybe. Maybe that'll... Our internet's been so messed up. We were at the doctor's office yesterday, and even their internet was super slow. Oh, good. I'm not frozen. Cool, cool. Okay, so then I painted this page with gouache, and this is just to represent, like, me and my husband wrapping gifts. So that's what that's about. And I saved one of my favorite sheets of wrapping. Well, this is all I had left of it, but I saved this wrapping paper because I wanted to put it in my journal. So I'm going to start with that this morning. And I'm going to add some of this into my journal. Will Ferrell is such a fool. I absolutely love it. Yeah, it won't connect. Okay, well, I guess it's just my iPad right now that won't connect to the internet. So that's cool. I can handle that. Oh my gosh, it's like, which image of Will Ferrell will I add? I don't know. They're all so great. I love this movie so much. We haven't watched it yet. We kind of save the best for last each year, it seems like. So we have been watching about 7:30 each night, our family. Well, first of all, I've always insisted that we sit at the table and eat together and chat and talk and connect every day over our meals. Even if we get takeout, we actually just bring it home and eat at the table together. So after dinner, though, and after cleanup, then we usually will play a game, and like a board game, and watch, you know, a family movie together. We're definitely into the Christmas movies right now. We've watched all kinds of new ones. There's a lot of new ones on like Netflix and Disney and different places this year. And I've enjoyed every single one of them. That's so exciting. So, anyways, but we kind of saved some of our classical favorites for the end, which would be A Christmas Story, um, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and Elf. Those, I think those are the top three favorites of the household. Well, Home Alone, but Home Alone gets watched year round. My daughter celebrates Christmas all year long. It's the sweetest. Like, she watches Christmas movies. She has Christmas celebrations in her Barbie house. Like, she does Christmas all year. Okay, I want y'all to know I can't see your comments right now because my internet's not being cool. So I hope it starts acting right. Let me just shut down. I'm going to shut down my iPad for a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll scroll back up to catch y'all's comments, because that's kind of the whole point of a live, is to interact with you guys. So yeah, we try to make sure. That's why I don't craft during the week. So this week, you know, just been working so much that sometimes I'm having to work during that time. But at that point, I just bring my laptop in and work from that room so that I can still be present and be there as much as possible. But it's just so important. So very important. I don't think I can leave this one out. This one cracks me up too. They're all fabulous, but I don't think I can leave out his excitement. It's just too much. Okay, so let me cut out one more of these. Okay, so what am I doing today, in case y'all are wondering? I'm finishing this journal page, which is gonna be just me fussy cutting out another Will Ferrell, Buddy the Elf. And then I am going to hopefully have my internet working right so I can read your comments. But then I thought we could either make some little Christmas crafts together, like mini notebooks and journals, because I need to make some for my family. I'm still making Christmas gifts. So last minute Christmas gifts. If y'all have been watching my videos, if you've been able to catch them this week, I've been sharing a lot of card sets that I'm making. So I now have 2 of those, but they're already being given to, like, I already giving them to people. So I need to make more card sets. If y'all want to see me make sets of cards, we could do that. Also, coming up this next week, since I'm off work, I'm going to do a live of the sheet load of cards. So we'll make some of those live, but not today. Yeah, so y'all can just let me know. But basically, usually I put a 45-minute timer on my lives because I try to keep them short. But this is just going to be one of those lives where you can come and go, of course, always, anytime, as you please. You might not be up for the whole live, which I respect. Or you might just have lots of time on your hand. You might need to be resting, like I have needed so desperately the last couple of days, and want some company. So I'm not putting a time limit on this. I'm just leaving it wide open today. And then for people who are catching the replay, you can fast forward, you can go wherever you want. All right, let me try to get back over here. Let's see if I can see you guys' comments. Woohoo! Yay! I can see all. Yay! 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 Okay, I'm going back to the top. Thanks, Cordelia, for saying, sending the condolences on me being sick. I have some sort of underlying health condition that hasn't been diagnosed that causes me these problems from time to time. And I think I've just been working too much. So glad it wasn't frozen for you guys. Hey, good morning, Valerie. Good to see you. Isn't that paper wonderful? You guys, it's not fancy. It's Dollar Tree. That's where we got that paper. Hey, Sandra, welcome. Wow. I know, Cordelia. It's just been such a challenging year. And honestly, when people oh, April, thank you for praying for Sandra. When you guys share with me that my videos are a blessing or that they help you relax or whatever, I just want you to know that that adds the value to crafting that I actually need for a peace of heart. I've spent so much money in this hobby. I don't even going to calculate how much I've spent. And to know though that this channel and my time that I put into it and energy and the money I've put into my craft room, to know that it's blessing others gives me so much peace and fulfillment. It just means so much to me. I'm so glad I can be there for you guys like that, because when my father in 2017, my father was diagnosed with lung cancer, and I definitely used card making videos as a form of escape. And I could just always count on Crazy Paper Chick and Prairie Paper and Ink, and I could count on these channels to give me a safe place to go and a safe escape from my reality. Hey, Mary C. So to know now in turn years later that I'm offering that to others through my channel is just a tremendous blessing. It means so much to me. I just have to let y'all know. So I think I'm done with this. I really just wanted to capture like my favorite Christmas wrapping paper to go with this here. And it's hilarious that this says the wonder of it all, which I know is about Christ and not about Buddy the elf, but it fits because, he's got the Christmas spirit. So yeah, this is my new journal and sketchbook. It's really, mostly I added sketchbook pages for my gouache painting that I've been doing. A lot of it I don't share on the channel. I do things like this all the time, just playing around. And so that's my new journal. Okay, let me catch up on some more of this. Yes, I am hoping 2022 is going to be a kinder, softer year for everyone. Okay, let me catch up again. Oh, Sandra, I'm so sorry. That is so important. It's still very difficult. It doesn't matter how old someone is, and I used to think, well, they've had a long life, and yes, maybe, but it's still very hard. When my grandmother passed, she built a tribe. My grandmother was such a strong woman. She had 11 children. And when we were at her funeral, she was in her 90s. She had 115 direct descendants at her funeral that were all children, grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, like the whole gamut, sons and daughters. And she really had a legacy. And I saw my oldest aunt weeping, and she's in her 70s, and it doesn't, when we lose our parent, no matter how old we are, it's difficult. And I thought about my aunt, and actually, it was such an interesting experience because I'd always thought, well, you know, she had a long life. She was in her 90s. She was approaching 100. But my mom and my aunt and all their siblings had had their mother for their whole life for 70 years, you know, and 60 years. And that's a hard loss. So um, I know it's wonderful when we're in faith and we know that, you know, they're in heaven, but it's still hard. That's right, Missy, and that's what my body was trying to do, and so I just stopped everything the past couple of days and just rested. My body was not gonna. I say I just rested. I mean, I did wrap Christmas gifts and I did a journaling page and maybe a little bit more, but I mainly just rested. I don't know how to totally stop. Yes. Well, I'm so glad, Sandra. You know, I think that's what community is supposed to be about. And that's what I love about this paper crafting and card making community is people genuinely care. Oh, thanks so much, April. Oh, thank you. That means so much to me. I just can't even tell y'all how much that means to me. Oh, thanks, Missy. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Mary, no, I did not get the Van Gogh book you sent me. You are blessing me so much. Your books, I had kept them out. I kept thumbing through them. And then I finally, I'm turning around because I've had them right at my desk. This ever since you sent them to me. And I finally put them on my art bookshelf. Yesterday I put up some of my books, but I kept this one out because you guys, I haven't done a no dies no problem in so long. Mary C is my sweet sweet friend in Salem, Oregon, and she sent me some really awesome books, and I thought this one was really fun and inspiring. I've been wanting to do more people, and I thought they would be really fun for a no dies no problem series because there's so many different ways to do people, right? To illustrate people. I want to show y'all one of my absolute favorites. I think it's further this way. I have gone through this so many times. I should know by now. Elvis. There is a doll maker, a paper doll maker here on YouTube. I'm definitely going to be sharing her with you guys. I've been kind of sharing her with different people, but she has definitely inspired me. And then I got this book from Mary. I love this page because of the culture, and I love culture. I studied cultural anthropology in school. I love all the different cultures of the world. It's just so beautiful. I'm so glad that God spread us out and gave us different culture and gave us all different language and gave us all this richness and individuality that we have. And I think it should be celebrated. So this international page is one of my absolute favorites. Decade dolls, character development. I mean, really cool stuff. Okay, love all of this stuff. What I've been trying to do is practice my faces. Hey, Jen. Well, thank you. Thanks. I enjoy your channel as well. So guys, if y'all don't know, Jen makes incredible albums, like photo albums and different things. Oh, from scratch, just amazing. But y'all probably know that, I would assume. This page was fantastic. I just love the mixture of illustration with photo, like with reality. I've always liked that. I've always liked it when cartoons mix the two, right? Like, I just think it's fantastic. So this was really inspiring. This page was the one page in this book that just like I kept coming back to. I don't know how I'm gonna approach the subject with it, but I know I will. So here are two sketchbooks I made for my nephew. We were in a thrift store together. It's been a few weeks ago. He's an artist. He just was finishing up his sketchbook and he was giving it away to my brother, his dad, for Christmas. I'm not spoiling anything here, I don't think. I hope not. Anyways, he was filling out his sketchbook. He was almost done with it. And, you know, he was working in one that he can put in his pocket. He's kind of a rugged, on-the-go guy, and so he liked having a smaller one, but he was like, man, I'd kind of like to have a bigger sketchbook. And we were looking through the books together in the thrift store, and he picked this one up, What the Dormouse Said. And he's like, that's an interesting one. And he picked it up, and he kind of thumbed through it, and he's like, no. He put it back on the shelf, and then I was like, well, I want to look at it. And it's actually a really neat book. This is the guts of it that I tore out. What the Dormouse Said, and this is really cool because it's different sayings from children's books. And so they have like faith and courage and defiance and imagination and adventure. Like here's one from Peter Pan. And it's just really neat though. Pippi Longstocking, oh my gosh, she was like the bomb to me when I was little. I thought she was really cool. Her and Punky Brewster were like my idols. When I saw Punky Brewster for the first time, you guys, I realized there was someone else in the world like me, you know? And representation is so important. When my daughter saw Misty Copeland dance, and we watched a Misty Copeland documentary, she was only 3.5. She was in ballet at the time. But we watched a Misty Copeland documentary, and my daughter was like, I can be like her. She's like me, but older, you know? And like having representation is so important. But Punky Brewster was my representation growing up. Anyway, so I did pick up this book. I want to use these little quotes and things for my cards to go on the insides. So I'm going to use the guts, and then I turn this into a sketchbook for him. So we were talking that day. We spent a few hours together, and he was telling me how much he likes aged and rusted things. Like he likes to do photography now. He usually does classical portraits and things, but he's enjoying rust and texture. So I grabbed this. I had this Tim Holtz paper in my stash, and I thought that would be appealing to him. And then I covered the inside, and then I have this artist mixed media paper from Blick Art Supply. I bought, I don't know, 500 sheets of it because I knew, well, I was working for the, you know, building up for the craft fair, and I was trying to make sketchbooks for the craft fair because there was a lot of artists there, and I thought they would want some sketchbooks. I didn't get them made in time because I wasn't really thrilled with them at the time, but I am really liking this version. I tore the edges of the paper. That will be appealing for some people, but not everyone. And then I'm giving him this one too because this was like a prototype that I didn't like necessarily, but I think he can still enjoy using it. And this is just, what's kind of cool about this one is when it's completely open, it's 8.5 by 11, so you can like scan it into a scanner if people use Procreate or whatever. It's just really plain, and I wasn't thrilled with it. But also, if he has reference photos, he can put his reference photos and keep them in the sketchbook. So I made those for my nephew. All right, so I need to get to crafting. That's enough show and tell. What do y'all want to see? Should we make, okay, y'all know I've been making these sets of cards for Christmas gifts this week. So I made this set earlier on my channel this week. So that's going to someone, but I already have the person designated. And what I talked about in my video yesterday is that I like to have a box of things that are kind of open for anyone to have. These are the ones I made in my video yesterday, which is another set. This is going to my niece. You like the torn edges? Oh, cool. So yeah, that's 2 sets of cards I have made now. So we could do another thing like that, but y'all been seeing me do that all week. Or we can make a journal, like the journal that I made for myself this week. That is, I need to make one of these for sure for one of my nieces who's also an artist. We have a very artistic family. And so, well, that's interesting. Hello, Mac. So I need to make one of these for my niece who journals, well, who draws and colors and paints. She needs a sketchbook too. Oh, I've got a lot of Punky Brewster in me, Missy. Oh gosh, so much. Oh, she would have been 96 next week. Oh. Oh, fun fold cards, yeah. Let's see. I have some videos coming up for you guys. Oh, I have one more thing to show you. But I have some videos coming up this week where I'm making journal pages that aren't printables. So this is this old Hello Words scrapbook paper, like pad, that I was telling y'all I would never use again. But instead of throwing it away, I've turned it into my like collage paper. And now I have all these 12 by 12 sheets of collage paper. I've been having a lot of fun just sitting down and using my scraps. I was using all of these recently, and these were what were left over. I just slapped them on a page. And now I'm going to have this whole big pad of collaged papers that I can pull from. I can make cards. So if y'all do this, what I did is I took one of these 12 by 12 sheets, and I like to make 5 by 7 cards these days. And so I cut these into 4 by 6, right? So 4 and 4 down at the 6. They gave me 6 panels for my 5 by 7 cards. So out of one 12 by 12 sheet, you can actually get 6 nice size panels for 5 by 7 cards. You always like my painting? I have been feeling like, I know, yeah, I can't decide what to do either. Okay, let me show y'all this painting. Oh, it's rough, okay? So if y'all didn't know, I work in an art collectibles company. Is my daytime job, and I work with amazing artwork. And this was a printer's proof that I got to keep. I used to work in the fine art department, and I would get to keep the print proofs. And I love this one. I'm wanting to not recreate this, but I'm definitely inspired by this. And because it's so beat up, I'm thinking about putting it in my journal, like in some kind of folded way, like where it folds in on itself, and then I can open it up. You know, something like this. It's not like I can hurt this by playing around because, well, it's it's seen better days. But yeah, I'm thinking about tacking this in one of my journals, and then I can open it up. But I just love that. I'm definitely having so much fun painting. I have so much stuff on my desk. Let me just get started. Let's just do something. So this is the paper pad that I bought at Michael's the other day. Ooh, that would make a good journal cover for sure. Okay, I need to make my niece a sketchbook. So let me just trying to, she's not really a pink girl. I do think she would like this one. Her sister is the zebra girl, so I'll put one of those in there just because she can then think about her sissy. I mean, these are grown women, but still a sissy, right? All right. I like this one for her. She is a kindred spirit to me for sure. We're much alike. I don't think that one, I don't think she would be down with gold that much. Ooh, she might like this blue. Okay. So here's like 4 pages of that. Let's see. Hey, Melissa, you're in the Seattle airport. Where are you going? Okay, so see how this, okay, I'm making pockets. If I were to flip this up, right, then my words would be upside down. So I have a video coming out this next week showing y'all how I've been making my pockets. But, okay, my book is going to be like 8.5. So I'm going to do 8 3/8. I want it slightly smaller. Okay, so this is 8 3/8 by 12. Then, now that I've cut this off, I can flip it over if I wanted the same there and just reattach it and fold it in half, and then I have a pocket. Okay, I need to cut this down to 11. These little strips are fine. They'll go into that collaged paper pad at some point. So let me make a couple more of these. Oh boy. I kept telling myself I needed to clean and prepare before going live, but I just went live instead. Okay, you can definitely cut this to 11 before you cut your pockets off. That would be cool. Okay, we'll do that on the next one. We'll be efficient on this one. 11. There we go. Efficiency. Now 8 3/8, or you could do 8.5. Whatever you like. One more. Okay, 11. Well, the thunderstorm is, I guess it sounds like it might be picking back up. It has been storming just nonstop. Okay, and because I like things a little bit wild, because of the Punky Brewster in me, I don't want matching pockets. Like, I want when I open the pocket it to be different than the paper on the inside from the outside. Yes, so I'll put those two together. Making this journal, you guys are going to see a few sneak peeks. That's what happens when you hang out with me. All right. I think I want these two together. Those are cut better. Okay, then it looks like the zebra is going to go over here. And the wild page is going to go with the zebra, which these look like some wild zebras. Oh, speaking of, last night we had family dinner. It was my mother-in-law's birthday. And while the guys were out getting the food, you know, the hunters and gatherers, then us ladies and children stayed in. And we watched Will Smith's new show on Disney Plus. I think it's called, oh brother, Welcome to Earth or something like that. If you have Disney Plus, you'll know what I'm talking about. It is so good. Oh my goodness, it is so good. The first episode is about sound and how sound can be felt, and that, you know, because sound waves are moving air, sound actually, you know, changes things and shifts things. Oh, it was so awesome. Really enjoyed it. I look forward to watching more of that. I know we'll be watching more of that for sure. Okay, so now I just ran glue just a little bit here, not very much, a little on the sides over here and along the bottom. And just like that, voila, we have a fun little pocket. Okay, now here's another thing I did. Where's that paper? Sorry. Looking. I picked out some more paper. Let me just grab a sheet from in here. I'm going to need a couple actually. I'll get 2 more sheets from the same paper pad. Okay. And I remember the measurements. Woohoo. I'm usually so fly by the seat that I don't remember things like, what did I measure that at? I have to go back and watch my videos if I want to remake something. Okay, so I cut these down to 5.5. Okay. And then I'll need to cut it to 11. Again, cut it at 11 first. And then you can save yourself some work. Now you wouldn't have to do this with paper. You could definitely, let's just start with these. You could stencil this, paint this, you could use old book pages, but I used more paper. And what I did on my book was covered that white space since it's single-sided paper. So let's do that. Oh, thanks, Kim. Hi. Okay, I got to catch up to y'all in the live. I got to see who's here or what y'all are talking about. Okay. I'll glue this down, give it time to dry a little, and then I'll come back. Then while this is drying, I will hang out with y'all in the chat a bit. Ooh, I cut this one a little short. That's okay. We're not going to stress about it. We're going to let it go. All right, let me go back up here. Yeah, Melissa, okay. I'm reading Missy's comment about I really need to just sit down and do some random collage. Yes, Missy, I've been thinking about you, knowing what you're dealing with and things, and I was thinking a glue book would be such a good project for you right now. If you want suggestions from me at all. No, when I said, hey, send me your address because I want to send you some things, I was going to send you things so that you can do some glue books. I thought that would be a fun activity for you, just from watching your videos and having an idea about what you like. I was thinking that would be a fun project, and I will already have things cut out and ready for you, so you don't have to cut if you don't want to. That was my idea of what I wanted to send you. So, and I'm loving just gluing random things down too. I think we will do some painting, you guys. Yes, Mary, absolutely. My desk has about 4.3 million things on it, so that's not a problem at all. Oh, your flight's been delayed. Oh, you're going to Mexico. Fun. Viva la Mexico. Yay. Oh, yeah, because Missy, you're in Texas too, I think. Oh, goodness. That's funny, Kim. Oh my gosh, Missy, I don't know if you've seen my latest videos, but I've been talking about I feel like Goldilocks with my paper trimmers lately. Um, I mean, really, it's kind of ridiculous, but it's genuine and true. Oh my goodness. The struggle is real. Oh, a metal ruler and X-Acto knife. Yeah. I'll fussy cut for you, Missy. I don't mind at all. I meant to glue this down first. I'm using a new glue, you guys. Okay, I love this glue. I don't want to give them a bad rap. I absolutely love it. It's brilliant. It's wonderful. It's a little expensive. I cannot find any more bears, and my bear's almost out. But because I like making journals and books, I've always had the Lineco PVA glue. Let me get that out. I'll show y'all that next. So what I did is this little bottle was empty yesterday. No, 3 days ago, before I got sick. That little bottle was empty. And I just couldn't bring myself to fill it with the last bit of my bear glue, especially because now I have 2 bottles of bear glue. So I decided, okay, I'm going to keep 1 bottle of bear glue that's not tainted and altered, and I'm going to use the other bottle to try out my bookbinding glue because I've been wanting to try it for cards. Oh my god, I'm making such a mess here. Sorry, hold on a second. There, let's clean this situation up a little. Okay, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to keep 1 bottle true to the bear, and I'm going to use the other bottle to experiment with my Lineco. It's this is not the bottle I filled it with. Let me get the bottle I filled it with. They're the same company. I think it's the same thing. I'm pretty sure it's just a different sticker. Okay, this is what I filled it with. You can find this on Amazon. It's, to me, very affordable in comparison when you compare ounces. Like, this is like $14 for 4 ounces. I think this was like $10, and I'm looking for the ounces on here. 16 ounces. Okay, so yeah. It's working brilliantly. Okay, where is the test? Look, I tested it with sequins. I cannot pull that sequin off. I mean, if I actually rip it off, I can, but it's not gonna like fall off. So I tested it with sequins, which to me, like, that is the thing about cards, is if you use a lot of embellishments, you really do have to have a good glue for that. So it holds sequins just fine. It doesn't bubble. It dries clear. It's pH neutral. Like, it is made for professional bookbinders. The other cool thing about it is it stays flexible. So a lot of times I will use it for in place of like Mod Podge. Oh, here I go again. I need to put another page down there real quick. Here's what I like. Another pro about this glue, in my opinion, is that it has a little bit, not much, but the dry time on it is a little bit slower. So it gives, it gives me more time to move things around. So I am really liking it. I'm liking it a lot. So if you guys are looking for another glue, and maybe, you know, I make so much that I go through these little 4-ounce bottles like it's nobody's business, okay? Like, I can go through this in a month very easily, probably more like 3 weeks. I can use that bottle of glue in 3 weeks. So let's just call that a $20 glue budget. Whereas this other one will not be that much at all because I got 16 ounces for like 10 bucks. So yay. I had to share that with y'all. I'm really loving my Line Co. Now, it is more liquidy, so I definitely recommend it for like the fine tip. I didn't put it in this one with the wider tip, and I definitely only use this tip when I'm bookbinding. So that's something to bear in mind. All right. Okay, so from my papers that I've been making this week that y'all are going to see videos on, I want to pull from that paper stash. At any point we could hear things go crash, just so y'all know. I have piles all around me. Okay, so these are something I have in upcoming videos that I made. I made these with 6x6 papers. So I'm going to pull a couple of those and let's see. No. Yes. Sure. Uh-huh. Okay. So we'll pull in some of those for my niece's book. All right, so I'm going to start her stacks here. Now I want to put a lot of sketch paper in her book. So already I have a stack of my mixed media art paper. This paper is amazing, you guys. If y'all are ever looking, like if you like to watercolor, if you like to do gouache, if you like to paint, or you know someone who does and you want to make sketchbooks, I'm definitely having fun making sketchbooks. This paper holds up incredibly well. So this is the same paper. I did a gouache painting on the front, and you can tell I covered the whole sheet in gouache. I covered the whole sheet on the back, and it held up fine. I mean, sure, there's a little bit of paper wave, but I really just don't think you can get away from that. This paper is like $7.99 for hundreds of sheets on Blick. It's awesome. It's really, really awesome. Sandy Hester is an artist that I follow here on YouTube, and she had tested it for months and recommended it, and she did lots of paintings on it, and I just knew it was a safe bet at that point. So I ordered a bunch before Christmas for my craft fair, and I have been using it nonstop. I cut about 200 sheets of it down to 8.5 by 11 because they're a 9 by 12, I think was the size I bought. I also bought 12 by 18, I think. But yeah, I really, really am happy with this paper, and it's so inexpensive. Okay. Yeah, I can't cut a straight line either. I can't even cut a straight line with a paper cutter sometimes. Imitation Bear, yes. Named Line Co. His name is Line Co. We'll call him I don't know. We'll call him Lanko. That's his name. Yeah, man, this glue it's really good. Like I mean, the only difference that I've been able to find between the two is the price, to be honest. Now, I noticed that this was the latest one. It said, do not store in direct sunlight and avoid freezing. That made me think that this might be a little bit more of a mixture like art glitter glue. Because I had some art glitter glue shipped to me and I think it froze in the mailbox one time. And it never acted right after that. This is the one I'm using though, this version here. It doesn't have a lot on the label. It just says professional quality, which it is. Archival adhesive, dries clear, remains flexible. It does. They're not lying. Ideal for bookbinding and paper projects. It is. Yep. They don't say much, but it's all true. So that's nice. Okay. Let's put some pages together here. I think I'm going to need even more sketchbook pages. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, looky there. I pulled out 10. That's pretty cool. Okay. 3 of these. Okay, I need to grab a book. You know, she's young. She's in her 20s. She needs to travel. I'm going to grab her some map pages. I'm also using up this cursive handwriting book that my kids had from school. I'm not using the pages that they did. I'm just using the unfinished these. The ones that were not completed. This wasn't actually a school book. It was just a practice book that they, I homeschool the kids and they have different practice books like this that gives them an opportunity to choose what they want to do, more of a Montessori environment. And so I have a box that they can choose from and set a timer with Alexa. Sorry, hope I don't set anything off in y'all's house. And I think this one is funny. Anyways, this one obviously didn't get chosen very often, and my kids have completed their cursive last year, so I think it's okay. Oh, this one is great. We'll do this one. We'll give her a few calligraphy pages. That's pretty bizarre, but we'll add it. Okay, so we'll add her a couple of calligraphy pages in there for her. Then I have this, which was recently acquired. Let's see. She likes to go visit her sister in Virginia. So the western states, nope. The eastern states. Let's see. I know that there's a much more efficient way to do this. So let's see if we can find it. Okay, let me use my noggin. I'll add some Texas in there for her too. Marine Science Museum, that's pretty cool. Museum of Natural History, cool. Virginia Beach. 360. Let's see. I think she's maybe even toying with the idea of moving to Virginia to be by her sister. Oh, yep, we'll put this page in there. I'm so excited. I'm gonna get to see my family this year because of COVID. We haven't been together. And this year I get to see my nieces, my nephews. On Monday, we're traveling to be with them for the day. Oh, that's Florida. Okay. Let's just pick some randomness here. Wow, this must be really boring. I'm sorry, guys. Let's give her some Texas. Laredo, the Alamo, Austin. Let's do this. This is where she's from. It's got her city on it. All right, so we'll add I'm going to add Austin because that's where I live. And then we're just going to pick a random page because I want her to travel more. So, looks like this is Kentucky. Oh, Kentucky. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kentucky. All the people who were affected by the storms. I definitely, when I woke up this morning and my daughter jumped in her bed and she hates thunderstorms. I just couldn't help but think of all the storms that just ripped through, caused so much damage and loss. I couldn't help but think of others.